Reza, I had an idea. We could, like, for example, we could have the same conversation. For example, we can have another session with Bruno or the Russian girls, those kind of people.
Yes.
We start not only like a free discussion talking about Russia or Iran, but for example, the conversation we had about Mars,
Uh, Sorry?
the conversation we had about, like, do you remember we talked about Mars? Did we have that session? The
Mars?
the rocket and botanist, the scientist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember. Yes.
So we can
Oh
have a
my
session
God.
like this.
Mars planet.
Yeah, the planet.
Yeah.
Session like this, and we can have a foreigner in the class, but we don't actually tell them that it's gonna be uh, for that purpose. I just simply ask them, okay, let's play a game. You know what I mean? And then we start it and
Yes. That's a
record it, and
great
then
idea.
you know what I mean? And we ask their permission. We ask for their permission, but I mean this is also good. You can publish this class. You can also publish those classes, which I guess it's gonna help us a lot. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Very good idea. Yes.
For
I
example,
didn't know
people
it
see
before.
that people see what we mean. You know what I mean? I can show this video to my students and say, or okay, for example, Reza is from Iran, Bruno is from Brazil, or da 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 is from da 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 that country. Okay,
Ali, can you remember the first Russian girl which we had a video call with her?
we had so many Russian girls. Which one?
No, no, the first one which we have talked about. I can't say no.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I
Yeah, she
remember.
asked. Yeah, she asked me sometimes to hold another session, but unfortunately, because during the couple of weeks ago we had a lot of video call with other people, and I didn't set a time with her. But we can set a lot of
More meetings, of
I don't
course.
know. Yes, more meetings with her, I think.
Of course, I guess that's gonna be just fucking amazing because, um, I guess she was also really talkative, if I remember that correctly. She was really talk. She was
Ali,
all.
our video is recording.
I know, but you don't need to publish that part. But talkative is
Yeah,
not the. It doesn't have a bad meaning. Talkative,
really? Yeah.
it's neutral. It's neutral. You know, it depends on your personality. Some people don't like it. I myself, I love talkative people. I love
Oh,
talkative people. As long as they're talking about something like not like I don't know. Some people talk nonsense, but as
yes.
long as you're
In
talking
fact,
topic, it's fine.
in terms of learning new language, I think be talkative is really so great.
Being talkative is really amazing. Yes, it's exactly like this. You want to learn swimming, but you're afraid of water. Think about it. You don't need to learn swimming. If you're afraid of talking, or if you don't want to talk, then don't learn the language. That's it. Because if
Yes.
you wanna, if honestly, I've told it so many times. I've told it so many times, and I'm gonna keep talking about it. We learn a language to communicate. We have two ways to communicate with people of the other countries. First, you write. Second, you talk.
Oh,
If you write, nobody's gonna read it. You know, I myself, if someone writes to me and they start saying, just typing stuff, I'm not gonna read it. I don't have the time to read. But the second one, we learn a language to talk. You know
yes.
what I mean? I mean, yes, you learn the language to listen to people. You learn a language to improve all your forest skills. Awesome, great. Yes, I'm not denying the fact that learning a language can help you read newspapers and everything about the country. But what's the point? What's the point if you don't want to talk about it? If you don't use the language to talk, what's the point, honestly? Have you ever thought about it? I want to know what's your opinion.
Yes, very good point of view. I didn't think about it before. it's really so amazing. A lot of students in our country always trying to learn new languages like English, other language, but they didn't uh, ever notice about the point of learning. They just like learn, they don't try to use that. It's really
Exactly.
so bad. And also about other stuff, uh, we are Iranian students. We had a lot of educations topics in university and school. I know we learned a lot, and we never use all of them. Uh, like, and learning English also is one of them, I think.
Yeah, let me tell you something really um I don't know what's the word for it. How can I say it? Just a couple of days ago, I talked to one of my friends from US, and we are Celta friends. We met each other in Celta, and I asked him that, okay, how's the
Sorry,
education?
can you repeat?
He's one of my Celta friends. Um,
Yes.
Celta is like it's not that important, but we are colleagues, and we are also friends. And I asked him that, okay, how's the educational system in US? He said that it's not doing well, da 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 da. But he said something really amazing. He said that at some certain points in the educational system, students are supposed to choose a language, a second language to learn, and it's optional.
Yes.
You can choose to learn whatever you want, like mostly French, I don't know, Spanish, those kind of languages. And he asked me the same. He said that, okay, in Iran, how many like how's the educational system? How do you learn a language in a school? And I told him that for 6 years, for 6 years, students are like made to learn English. It's not something optional. It's a part of their course. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, yes.
For 6 years, twice a week. So it's not like okay, it's not a big deal. 6 years,
Oh my
six
gosh.
years twice a week. You have English classes. And he told me that, okay, that means that a lot of people in Iran should be able to speak English fluently. I was like, surprise! No one actually speaks English in Iran. I mean, a few like portion of the Iranian people can actually speak English fluently and are able to communicate, but the rest just know Apple
I love
and
you.
I love you and how are you. Those are the only
Yes.
versions that know English. And he was like, okay, what's the point then? And I thought to myself, what's the point? For 6 fucking years, Reza, for 6 years,
Oh my gosh, yes.
can you believe that? We learn a language at school for 6 years, but at the end, people can't even introduce themselves. They
Yes,
can't even use the basic. Okay, I'm for example Muhammad. I'm from Iran. 24. I studied that. No, no, they can't even introduce themselves.
yes. I'm thinking now, and I think I've wasted around 6 years of my life. I wish I would have. I wish I would haven't attended any classes. Is that right?
Exactly. I wish I wouldn't have attended any classes. I wish I wouldn't have. But Reza, work on the pronunciation. I wish I wouldn't have.
I wish I wouldn't have.
Very good. I wish I wouldn't have is a bit like a robot. You understand me? I wish I wouldn't
I
have
wish I wouldn't. I
I
wish I wouldn't have.
attended. I wish I wouldn't have attended.
I wish I wouldn't have attended. I wish I wouldn't have attended to any English class.
Yeah,
I
attended to
mean English classes in schools.
exactly, exactly. That's the fucking problem. At a school, they don't teach children. They don't teach the kids, the students, and they
They
only
cheat children.
no. But actually, they don't cheat children. They make a fool of the children. They fool us, and they translate. You see, that's a fucking problem. Um, you just read something at the school. Most of the schools around the world, not only Iran. Before I had a talk with those Brazilians, I thought that it's only in Iran, but I realized that it's the same around all the countries.
Yes.
Well, I mean, like maybe not Japan, because Japanese system, the educational system is mwah. Also, the Finnish and the where was it? North Europe. They
Yes,
have
I think also in France,
yeah
in Germany.
yeah. Maybe a few countries are doing good, great, but the rest are just they just translate. Okay, for example, da 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 translated in Farsi, it means this in Farsi. Yeah.
It's
Oh
really
man.
so bad. I remember when I was in English classes when I was in high school. Always teachers try to I don't know, repeat loudly every word, every structure, every grammar. It was really disgusting to repeat something loudly. But what's the point? Teacher always do that.
Let me tell you something. This is not the way we talk in English. In English, people don't shout. Have you noticed that? We don't say,
Yes.
"I wish I wouldn't have attended," or "I wish I could." We don't say these kind of stuff. Actually, those are very weak. English is like, it's like, yo, let me tell you something. I wish I wouldn't have attended any classes. It's not like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have attended any. No, this is what how to teach you at the school. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I,
Let me,
I really feel that when I had a conversation with those people from England, the
mm,
Susan and the Chris, that
yeah,
they speak very, uh,
softly and
yeah, very softly. Yes.
and smooth.
Sometimes I've noticed about my language. Sometimes I pronounce very strongly some special word, and it
We call
sounds
that
very bad.
in English. We call
Sorry?
that announcing. In English, we call it announcing.
Yes.
Announcing is like you say all the words. Like, for example, Iranian language is mostly about announcing. Iranian language, like, um, like چنین گفت رستم بفراسیاب. In Farsi, we don't speak. I mean, modern Farsi is different. Modern Farsi is becoming smooth and softly. The younger generation is actually speaking a little bit softer, but generally Farsi is like it's a strong language. You know what I mean?
Yes.
In Farsi, we have.
Sorry?
Let me teach you something. Put your hand here. Say, say,
What shall I say?
say. Can you feel the vibration?
Yes, yes. I
Can you
can
feel
feel
the
it.
vibration? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
No, no, no. I can't sense the
Can't feel
vibration.
it. How about kh? Say it. Put it here. Say
Yes, yes, yes. I can feel it.
th. No, you don't feel it. How about
Yes.
v? Th again, but the, although v.
Yes, I feel it.
This is in English we call it voiced, which means the vibration. You can feel the vibration. For example, the. Put it.
Yeah. Yes,
Say
yes.
dog.
I feel the
Say
vibration.
dog.
Dog.
Dog. Okay.
Dog.
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 You feel the vibration. Am I right?
Yes. What is that?
It's called voice because you're using your chord. This is your chord. this part of your um, there is a tube here. It's called cord. Your cord is actually moving. That's why you feel
Oh,
vibration. But say few,
few.
few. For you feel it, but for you don't.
Yes.
Say feel,
Few.
feel.
Few.
You feel it when you say the e. Say e.
Yes.
So this is something in English. In English, we have a lot of I told you about the voice, yeah, the voice, but some of them don't have the vibration, yeah. So
Yes.
it's funny because English is mostly soft language. You know what I mean? Your core
Oh.
is not vibrating. But some languages like Arabic, if you speak Arabic, your why do you laugh? This
It
is
takes a lot of energy. Yes.
yeah, it's actually this is science. I'm telling you, this is actually a Cambridge research that said, for example, languages like Farsi, like we have ghe. Just put your hand here and say ghe.
Oh,
There is a
yes.
strong vibration. You see, your cord is moving to make the sound ghe. Have
Yeah, Ali, it means speaking in Persian, it needs more energy than English. Is
yes,
that right?
that's why it's much slower.
Oh, yes. And if we speak in um, English, in fact, it means we can save a lot of energy. Is that right?
It's that's why most native English speakers speak much faster than languages like Farsi or Arabic. You know
Yes.
what I mean? But if you listen to Iranian, I'm not generalizing it, but if you listen to yourself in Farsi, and if you listen to yourself in English, in Farsi, you're using all the prepositions perfectly. You know what I mean? You say, for example, I don't know, we have the prepositions in Farsi. We use all of them, but in English, we don't say a lot of, a lot of.
Oh, a lot.
We call it connected speech. So also, it's not only about the vibration, it's also about the connected speech. You know what I mean? In English, we have a lot of connected speech features. Got it? But in Farsi, I don't know how many connected speech do we have?
In Farsi?
Yeah,
Mm,
not much. Not as much as English.
yes, I can't remember anything.
Yeah, we have
Can you remember?
for example, we don't say shanbe, we say shambe.
Oh,
But
yes.
it's not that many. There are very few connected speech features in Farsi. In English, there are so many. There are so many features of connected speech, and that's another reason. That's another reason. Yeah. And they don't teach you this kind of stuff at the school. They don't teach you about the connected speech. A lot of students don't.
Connected speech.
Sorry.
Yes, and I think connected speech is a very uh, it has a very important role in learning English language, because whenever you watch TV program in English or a movie or TV series or something like this, you always face up with just connected speech. And also when you're speaking with foreigners, they use a lot of connected speech. And if someone uh, doesn't know about them, they get in trouble. I think, I'm sure you get in trouble. I really uh, felt it.
Yeah, yeah. You know why? You know what's so amazing that you've done? recently that has improved, that has a significant impact on your English level, that you have talked to the foreigners, and you came to the point that okay, English is not just this. English, I know this much, and this is the English. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like there is a lot of things to learn in English, and that is really great because you start talking to others, to the other friends from the other countries, which is great. And let me tell you something about the website. I told you that it's gonna benefit us a lot. It's gonna make a lot of money, maybe in the future. I hope so. But
Ali,
um,
what that means?
it means I hope, I wish, I hope.
Oh, great.
Yeah. If you want to say, for example, I hope you get well soon, you can say, I hope you get well soon. This is international. Um, I hope that our website gets somewhere, gets to the point that it can actually make a lot of money. But I, this idea is not only about making money. You know what I realized something about my students, and that is they want to talk to other people. They really want to talk to other people, but they always ask me, teacher, how? I don't have anyone from the other countries. All my friends are Iranian. Everyone I know is Iranian. And I thought to myself, okay, maybe that's the reason. You see, they don't know what is the purpose, what is the main aim of learning the language, because they're just talking to Iranian friends. They're talking to their
Yes.
colleagues, to their families. So and they're all Iranian. So if
Yes,
you
and
really think about it, there is no point for them to learn the language.
Ali, one thing which I've noticed about speaking with Iranian people, whenever I would want to talk with a partner, English partner in my country, I mean in Iran, sometimes we realize each other, because both of us thinking in Persian, and then we
Under
convert it to the English.
exactly, you understand each other completely, and then that's why that's you see, as you mentioned, you understand each other, and you don't actually need English, do you?
Yes, we can speak in Persian.
Yeah,
Very
well, yeah,
fluent.
you can speak in Persian. You don't need to speak in English. Your brain is struggling. Like, why are you forcing me to speak a language that is difficult for me when you can speak the first language? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And your brain stops challenging itself. You know what I mean? Your brain says, okay, if your partner doesn't understand in English, go in Farsi. It's not a challenge anymore. But
Absolutely. Because our brain is so lazy, I think.
exactly, your brain wants to do the easiest way. Your brain doesn't like the challenges. Your brain, this is funny, but this is basically something. It's a fact. It's science.
Oh,
You know what I
yes.
mean? It's not that difficult. Your brain doesn't have a reason. Your brain
Absolutely. And Ali, I think the connected speech was made of because of this, because our brain is so lazy.
exactly, exactly. You see, your brain wants to do the easiest way. Do you know why we have emojis? And emojis are so popular
Oh, yes.
because the more advanced you get, the smarter you get, the lazier you become. I mean, your mental power increases, but your mental power, your mind wants to do the easiest thing, to wants to find the easiest way to save more energy. This is not rocket science. This is basic science. You know what I mean? And this is exactly in terms of learning a language. When you can speak Farsi to communicate, if you can go to a Farsi club, if everyone is speaking your first language, then your brain says, "Oh, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up! You don't need to learn that grammar. You can say it in
Ali,
Farsi.
sorry, will we have any club in our country?
The Farsi club? Yeah.
Yes.
That, like some of my students, they have English clubs, and they're all Iranian people.
Sorry, what you mean by English
They go to
Farsi
coffee
club and
shop.
English club?
They go to coffee
Oh
and
yes.
stuff.
I
Like they start
made a mistake.
the coffee man is Iranian, and they order in English. And this is so fucking funny to me. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, it's like, can I have a cup of coffee, please? Yes. I mean, this is good. I'm not saying that this is better than nothing. This is better than nothing. But let me tell you something. It's not a true challenge.
Absolutely.
You're just acting. You're just faking a situation to just fool your mind to
And
okay.
also, yes, and also, English learners, I'm sure they prepared themselves before that for this sentence, how they can order and this kind of, and it's really so bad if you just memorize a kind of prepared sentences in a real talking in a real conversation with foreigners, you will get in trouble. I'm sure. At the first.
You have experienced that. You have experienced that.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Honestly, you get to the point that you realize that okay, this is not what I was supposed to say. Okay, alarm. The alert goes on like, oh wow, what should I say now? They never get to the point. They never get to the point that they really feel like, what the fuck am I supposed to say now?
Yes,
They
Ali, let
know.
me tell you something funny. I told you before, when I had a conversation with that Irish boy, I prepared myself before that conversation to talk about Brazil and new things I would want to say about beautiful landscapes in Brazil, their custom and when I say him, would you like to know about Brazil? He answered me, no, not at all. Don't tell me anything about Brazil because I can search it and I can find a lot of information in Wikipedia.
So in that moment, Reza, in that moment, you realize that okay, all my plans are just screwed up. Now I need to
Yeah.
need to find a way to keep the conversation going. And this guy is not even interested in the topics that I prepared previously. That's amazing. That's amazing. That challenges your mind, your brain. Your mind is okay, okay. This guy doesn't know Farsi, and shit, we are in trouble now. And let me tell you something. This is why your English has improved much, much more than before. Because you
Oh, yes.
challenged yourself to the limits. And I'm so happy you did so. I'm
Thank you.
so happy you did so because you didn't shy away from the challenge. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess Reza, there are so many people like you that they want to go for the challenge. I have so many students, especially like high level students. You know
But
what I
but
mean?
Ali, let me tell you some secret. I didn't tell you before that. In some conversations, in fact, it's not always so cool having conversation with foreigners. Sometimes, sorry, they insult, English learners. You can't believe. I had a conversation with a rude boy from England, and suddenly at the middle of the conversation he insulted me. And we end the conversation,
Let me tell you
and
something.
it's because of my accent. You can't believe.
I mean, what you're saying is that you see, no, I have the answer, but I'm just trying to put this into nice words. You think everyone's a teacher.
Sorry.
You see, the problem is that you think that they are teachers. They are not. They want to have a conversation and you can't understand them. So they are not gonna teach you. For example, right now, are you willing to teach Farsi to another one, to another friend from another country?
No. Yes.
Exactly the same. You see, most people you have talked to are teachers. Most
Oh,
people you have talked to are teachers. Like Bruno, the guy from Brazil, the ladies from Russia, they are teachers. And teachers are cool. Teachers are patient. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this guy
yeah.
is having problems. Okay, I'm here to help you. Yeah. But when you're talking to someone, for example, he's I don't know, he's an engineer, and you told him that you're gonna have a conversation, and in the middle of the conversation you're making a lot of mistakes, your partner is just gonna go away, like you in Farsi.
Yes, it's so obvious.
It's cool, it's cool, and I'm so glad that you didn't actually lose confidence. Keep up the good work. This is actually how you should be. Nothing's going
Sorry?
Nothing's perfect. You know what I mean? You've had 10 conversations with nice people. Guess what? After 10 nice people, you're gonna face one asshole.
Oh,
Am I right?
absolutely.
Like,
Yes, it's so obvious.
for
Every
example,
every every task, every new thing has its own challenges, you know?
exactly. Even your colleagues. Do you always get on well with your colleagues? Do you always get
No,
along well with your colleagues? You speak Farsi, both of you. You have the same job. You can help each other, but I don't like this guy.
absolutely. I really feel it because I wouldn't have any good relationship with my colleagues. Always we are struggling with each other about projects, about the time, about everything. You know, I don't know what's wrong with the um, colleagues in my work. They always try to making fun of each other, to struggle with each other. They can't be friends with each other.
So people are different, and I guess it's the same. This is something that we're gonna be careful about our classes. You know what I mean, Reza? Because if like there are people from different cultures. So for example, if we have a student from Saudi Arabia and we have a student from Iran,
Yes,
just
it's
guess what
so
happens.
challenging.
Just guess what
Oh,
happens. You know, like the guy from Saudi Arabia, the guy from Iran. Wow, that's gonna be a challenge, man, to have that class.
yes. I'm thinking now it's really so hard task to manage the class.
Yeah. No, no, it's not that difficult because the majority of people are okay. You know, they like I don't hate Saudi people. I love them. I love everyone from all the cultures. But we have to have good teachers. You know what I mean? Larissa? This is going to be a real challenge. You know what I mean? Like we don't need biased teachers. We don't need teachers with prejudice. So if for example the teacher himself or herself doesn't like Saudi Arabia, guess what happens in that class?
Oh, yes,
So we,
yes.
we need to be careful about our teachers. You know, I'm talking about the selection. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Very, very good point you have because maybe it become it face off with fighting, I don't know,
Not,
offending to each other and something
yeah,
like this.
yeah, exactly. And you know what? English actually learning a language, a second language like English, in my opinion, makes you more open-minded. You know what I mean? It's not
Yes.
a big challenge, honestly. It's
And
not
it
a
absolutely remove the prejudice, I'm sure.
so when you talk to people from Saudi Arabia, when you talk to people with a different cultural background, you realize that we are more like each other. We are more similar than we are different. You know what I'm like? Do you remember we had a conversation with Brazilian people?
Uh, which of them?
All of them. The three of them. Bruno, the guy, the Pedro, and the lady. And you know what I mean? Before that, I thought that oh, Brazil is like wow, a different country, wow. But after we had the conversation, I realized that okay, not that much difference. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's basically the same culture, the same things.
They are so down to earth, humble. I don't know. Before that, I thought maybe foreigners are so high class people with high prestige, and I couldn't communicate with them. But after I start to talk with foreigners, I found no, it's not. It's not true. They're same as us. They can communicate very easily. They can talk very easily. It's so great.
Do you remember what they said about Iran?
Yes.
Man, the world's crazy. The world's really, really crazy, full of misconceptions. You know what I mean? Like everybody thinks that, oh wow, like Iran is a fucked up country like Syria. People are killing each other in the streets, full of terrorists.
I think someone asked me about Charshamba Suri in our country. I told him if you go there, go to the Iran in Charshamba Suri, you maybe you think there is a civil war here. You find a lot of people with they make fire, they fire crackers. Sometimes they fall in, I don't know, fire and they burn alive. they they
I
was they were amazed at that moment, and they asked me, uh, they just do that for fun, and I answered them yes. They're so funny and they just do that because of the fun.
Reza, I have an idea.
What?
Like,
What idea?
okay, let me think about it. Okay, why don't we make documentaries about the Iranian culture? Like you
Oh,
said something about the Charshamba Suri, huh?
yes.
But we need a short video of a nice Charshamba Suri, not people killing each other. Like a really, you know what I mean? Like expensive, like high prestige, and like really nice Charshamba Suri that people are calm, gentle, nice, and we can make contents like this. Yeah, let's
Absolutely.
okay, so what if I'm talking about my culture and I make a video and I use the authentic videos. I make I make real videos about Charshamba Street. For example, these days Muharram, huh?
Yes.
We have Muharram. I'm thinking that we can make a video about Muharram, but we speak in English.
Absolutely.
Two things happen. First of all, people in Hayat are gonna love us because they think that we are doing just to spread the Shia belief. You know what I mean?
Yes, and some people making fun of us, I'm sure.
But let me tell you something. But if you speak perfect English, they're not gonna make fun of you. They would come
Oh,
to
yes.
you and say, "Okay, Reza, how can I learn English?" This has happened to me a lot. First, for 5 seconds, they make you smile, and after 5 seconds, they're thinking, "Oh shit, how can I speak English?" If
Yes,
if
I
they
agree.
see that you're speaking perfectly, they start to think, okay, this guy can speak English, I can't.
Oh, yes.
And they're gonna also join us. But we can show I mean, Muharram is not my favorite topic, so let's not talk about Muharram. Maybe Charsham is. And then we put them in the website.
Absolutely, I really agree. And I think it helps to promote our website, our YouTube channel, and also our Instagram page. I'm sure. I found a Iranian page which is called Feel Iran. Have you ever
Is
see?
that on Instagram?
Yes, Feel Iran. Yes.
Feel Iran.
It's about tourist journey in Iran. Some guys in Iran start to produce English content about beautiful places in Iran, about customs, about beautiful cities, which had
Exactly.
sorry.
Enough, because I had the same conversation with my sister a couple of weeks ago, and she told me, why don't you go to Golestan Palace? She told me that,
Yes,
for example, if you want to make a video, go to Golestan Palace in Tehran and make a video in that building. Show the
absolutely.
building.
And Ali, I really, I don't know what shall I say. Payam.
I'm in. I'm in. I'm in.
Sorry, I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm in. Yes, I'm
No,
in. I really
no,
like to do that.
I'm in. No, I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in. Man,
I'm in.
I'm in. Go
Yes,
for it.
I'm in.
Go for it. I'm in. This is a good one. For example, if your friend has a good idea, well, go for it. I'm in.
Oh my
If
gosh, that's a great idea. I'm in. Okay.
still ایران عجب چیز خفنیه. Dude, this is fucking amazing. They have professional photography. This is not a
Yes,
normal. It's
Ali,
not a normal picture.
yes, Ali, they
Yes.
have special sponsors like a Snaptrip and also a Snap and Tapsi.
Wow. This
But
is
at the first, at the beginning, they didn't have any sponsors. After they become so popular in
they
Instagram,
had.
they find a lot of you see sponsors.
Did they speak in English in the movies in the?
If you see some their posts, you can see there are a lot of tourists which talk about in English about Iran.
Wow. Oh, that's gonna be fucking amazing. So we don't only need to make podcasts and videos about ourselves, so we can actually, I don't know which places to find tourists, but there are so many tourists in Iran, I'm pretty sure. We can go and have the podcast with tourists.
Absolutely, go for it. I mean.
Good one, yeah. Because this is gonna make our website really professional, you know what I mean? Because okay, these guys are making videos about Iran, so it also makes other people from the other countries to have classes with us, not just to learn English but to know about Iran. You
Yes.
see what's happening here?
Yes, like those people from France. No, they are really enthusiastic to know about Iran.
Let me tell you something, guys. I gotta go in 5 minutes, but I want to make sure that you totally understand what I'm saying. That Iranian people love this kind of stuff.